Hi there and welcome to Health with Dr. Yvette Maseka. This is a podcast that aims to correct myths around health. And today we're going to talk about nutrition. I'm sure you can see all these food items. Mm-hmm. So I'm joined by my friend and colleague, Dr. Mugode. She has a particular interest in nutrition. I mean, everyone does. We all eat. But she's taken it a little further. Yeah. But I mean, it's true. So today we're talking about nutrition in Zambia. When I read about nutrition or I watch videos about nutrition, mostly I come across foods that are not available locally, and it really bothers me because I don't know what I can substitute those foods with. Yeah. For example, they'll tell you that salmon is a very good source of protein, but really, how many of us can afford salmon? Very few of us. So, yeah, that's why we're here to talk about nutrition and what foods we find in Zambia and what foods we can find locally that are healthy. We also tell you the amounts that you should take. Yeah. So welcome to this podcast, Dr. Mugode.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So she told me that we can have a podcast on nutrition. Yeah. And I thought it was going to be like, an ordinary podcast. We just talk. And she was like, I'm bringing some food samples. I was like, okay. Yeah. And
here we are.
Yeah, here we are. This is what we have.
Yes, visual is better. Eh?
Yeah, visual is. Mm-hmm. It really is better. I mean, we learn differently. Some people are good listeners and some are actually visual learners.
What they see.
Mm-hmm. So, Dr. Mugode, what is the role of diet or nutrition in our health? Everyday lives, anyway.
Okay. Yeah. So the way we used to sort of like learn it in primary school, Carbohydrates are for energy, protein are for bodybuilding, and then you have fat that insulates you and the like. So for your body to function generally as a whole, you need about like 50 different nutrients, and these things can only be taken from your diet. So dietary diversity and what you're taking in is what provides you the nutrition that you need to support your body.
Okay.
Yes, that's something like that.
Do you think as Zambians we are diverse in terms of nutrition?
We do have quite a lot of things that we can make use of for food and taking in, but I think we do sometimes limit ourselves to just fewer foods that we usually know. But I'm sure if you ask people like in the olden days, our parents, there are many things they used to eat that they don't actually find now or that they don't make use of it. And because we like shima.
Yes, I think we eat a lot of shima. And I remember some exchange students came from Sweden. They came to UTH and they were big. Like tall. Yeah. They were tall. And I was like, you guys are really tall. And they're like, yeah, like Zambians are stunted. You guys are really short. And then I was like, why do you think that? And they were like, probably because of your food.
Yeah, generally, yeah. Because if you look at the forms of malnutrition, so like we have two extremes. We have the obese side of extreme, and then the smaller side where you have micronutrient deficiency and the malnutrition part of it. So Zambia now faces both sides. Okay. You have people who are having obesity, then we also have those that are having malnutrition, like acute malnutrition. But we've been sort of like doing well when it comes to severe acute malnutrition, but with stunting, we still have a bit of high levels of stunting generally. And this is all attributed to nutrition because it's sort of like a sign of chronic malnutrition.
Yeah, so there are people out there who think they are short, and you're like, oh, it's genetics. No, you're stunted. I'm just joking, but yes, genetics does have a role to play. So Dr. Mugode, I see some food samples here.
Yeah.
So can you tell us more about these? I know you've the groups here, yes, of these.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, okay, we wanted to just give you a sample of the food groups that we have in Zambia, because we have a food-based dietary guidelines for Zambians generally, and it divides food groups into six. We have six food groups, which are one,
Vegetables?
yes, we have vegetables.
Yes, and these are locally found because we have rape,
Exactly.
we have what is
Calembla.
calembla?
This one is
Yes,
called
sweet
calembla.
sweet potato leaves.
Uh-huh.
So these are good sources
They're
of
good.
of vitamins. Yes.
Yes, so vegetables usually have more vitamins and minerals as well as fruits. And so we have many of them. Here we just have a few to show
Yeah.
you. Okra. At okra is called what? Delele.
Yes,
Exactly.
this is Bondwe.
That's what's it called? Amaranthus.
Oh, in English.
Something like that.
I did
We
not
have
know that.
Chinese. We have cucumbers, tomatoes. We have eggplants.
What other vegetables?
We have
lettuce
lettuce,
there.
and there are a whole lot of other things that we haven't brought here.
Yeah.
Like lumanda. What else can you think of? We have katapa.
Yes, we
Cassava
have
leaves. We have
katapa.
what are those leaves? Beans leaves. Kaya zina.
Inyangu. Is that okay? I don't know. Chimpapila.
Pila?
Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yes. We have this other one. Which other one? Mdambi. So there are a whole lot. If you can
There are
list
a
them
lot.
out, yeah.
You know, the Bembas will tell you that there is fuaka.
Wow, we need to get more of those.
Yeah.
I guess people can comment on what other vegetables they are, but this is just like a quarter of everything that we have.
So apart from being a good source of vitamins, vegetables also a good source of fiber.
Yes, most of the times, yes. Most of them have, you get minerals, vitamins, and fiber, mostly from fruits that are raw and vegetables that are raw as well.
Yes, because I remember when we were in school, because I took food and nutrition. Yes, and we learned that one of the reasons why we actually cook vegetables is to reduce the bulkiness. Because once you buy a vegetable, it's like this big, and then when you cook it, it's like shrinks and becomes very small. So that's one of the reasons that we cook vegetables. Do you think we overcook vegetables in Zambia?
It's very possible because I don't know why we add water sometimes to vegetables when cooking it. Because once you wash them, I think they should provide like the amount of water that you need. So usually when you boil them for too long, like vegetables over 5 minutes will become a problem. Like simple ones like this is an exclusion of those ones we boil for a long time, like lumanda, katapa, and the like. But you don't need to take them more than 3-5 minutes. They start losing their nutrients. If you put them in too much water as well, they also lose their nutrients. There's that aspect as well. And then we also don't combine a lot of raw vegetables. I know we like the cooked ones, which are equally okay, but raw ones as well would help in the form of salads. You know the way we make those, you can put tomato, onion, different type of things. Like we have cherry tomato here. Yes, exactly. These tiny ones, even these you can cut and make a salad out of it. That would be also okay.
Okay, that's very interesting because we eat a lot of shima. That's why people don't eat raw vegetables, because imagine yourself eating shima with raw lettuce.
It can't work. So again, which goes back to sort of like the extremes. We have those ones now that are more focusing on junk foods. It becomes a problem. So those ones can make use of raw vegetables, because then with their fries, if they have less of it and then they have more of the raw vegetables on your plate, because ideally when you form your plate, at least half of it should be fruits and vegetables.
Oh, when you form a plate, half
should be fruits
and
vegetables. Yes.
Nah, really?
Yes.
Okay, for me, I think how my plate is like half meat, and then I'll have like vegetables and a quarter of what else? Of carbohydrates.
Shima or rice or that.
Yeah. So I think we can move on to the next group. So from vegetables, then we have legumes.
from vegetables, okay, we can go to fruits. So we've said group number 1 is vegetables. So group number 2 would be the fruits, of which we also have a wide variety in
Zambia.
eh? Here we just have a few to show you, which is watermelon. We have a pineapple here, right?
Yes.
And a cut version of it. Yes, exactly. Yep. We have oranges. We have an apple. Is avocado a vegetable or fruit?
I think it's a fruit.
Exactly. So we also have guavas here. These we can grow in our own households, as well as bananas. Yeah, we have plums, and we have this one's a plum.
Some people don't know plums.
Yeah. Sometimes it looks a bit purple. It's not purple. Yeah. And then we have a pomegranate here. Most this is like a chima. How does it form?
Pomegranate.
Yeah.
What?
Pomegranate.
Pomegranate.
Yes, exactly. So it looks like this, and then when you break it in, it has this little seeds and the like. Basically, yeah. And then we have the exported fruits like your blueberries. I'm sure we've seen most of these on the YouTubes and the like. And then we have lychee as well today.
So you were telling me that blueberries can be substituted with...
Yes. Oh, we forgot a grape.
Oh.
We have grapes as well. So I've noticed that sometimes people tend to think like nutrition is expensive. Yeah, mostly because the videos we're watching, or most of the people that promote nutrition are probably not in our setting. So the things you see will be smoothies made out of blueberries, strawberries, and the like. So it becomes a bit harder, because if you look at this package of blueberries, it will be like 36 kwacha. But this can only be enough for like one person, or maybe two at most. So for a family serving of 5, it becomes a bit of a problem. So if you don't have blueberries, you can look for other fruits which would substitute, like mulberries. We used to call them
Maluben.
Exactly, because pepper fruits usually have nutrients like anthracyclines. So if it looks purple like that, it has anthracyclines, as well as they have different contents. Or they have almost like, minerals are there, but they're in different amounts. Yes, but the purple color comes from some of the nutrients they contain. So you can switch it for maluben. You could also mfungo. We didn't find it in season today. Mfungo is purple. Yeah, these are alternatives that you can take. Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay, so that's about fruit. And although we didn't talk about the eggplant, it's a vegetable.
Yeah, it's a vegetable. An eggplant is a vegetable.
Because yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's a
there are
vegetable.
always those that are in the middle, in between fruits and vegetables, which is like a tomato, onion. Which other one? Cucumber.
I've never really considered onion as a fruit.
As a fruit,
because when I think about a fruit, I'm thinking about something that is sweet, like sweet.
Yeah. But the concept of fruits comes from seeds. Like at flesh that is formed like around the seed is like a fruit. Yeah. That's why the tomato.
Yeah, but does onion form?
No, it doesn't have. So it's officially a vegetable. It's a vegetable, guys.
Officially.
Okay.
Then the next group would be...
Okay, our third group is which one are we going to go to?
We can go to poultry.
Okay, so our third group usually contains poultry, fish, eggs, and meats. Okay, so this is the part that we have. So here we have carpenter. It comes in different versions,
Yeah.
Bigger, smaller, depends. We also have
which is a good source of protein. Very good. And vinkuvala also very tasty. Yeah.
Very tasty. Vinkuvala tasty, guys.
You should really try them. They are very, very nice. And red meat. What's your take on red meat?
Okay, so I'll use the guidelines that we have in Zambia currently. That's what we use for your balanced diet. So according to fish, your poultry, and your eggs, these ones you can take about 80 to 150 grams in a week, but red meat should only be like once a week or occasionally. But these other meats like fish, which we didn't manage to show here, and these
Well,
other ones can be
carpenter is
taken.
somewhat fish.
It's fish, eh?
Yeah.
Yes, the big one. Yes, exactly. So you can have fish like the size of my palm is like 100 gram of fish. You can have that at least several times a week, like 3 times a week at most, and eggs at least twice a week. It used to, yeah, twice a week is better because there's this controversy about eggs having cholesterol and the like. So you can restrict it to 3 eggs per week with fish as well. Yes, and these are the ones that we're talking about. But red meat usually is occasional or just once a week.
Well, it's funny that you've mentioned eggs should be taken 2 times or 3 times in a week, because people believe eggs should be for breakfast every day.
Every day.
So I'm sure we have people who take about 10 eggs in a week, like
that's very true.
two every morning. So
Oh yeah, and the average person is going to eat 2 eggs.
yes, because
which again goes back to dietary by diversity. Because what we know for breakfast is bread and eggs. If you're not going to mix it up, then it becomes a problem. But then remember, a long time ago, bread and eggs was for special occasions, Christmas, New Year, and the like. What were we eating then? Would eat samp, would eat
porridge. Yeah.
You'd eat sweet potatoes and avocado. Oh, we have avocado there.
Yeah.
Show them,
Yeah.
Yeah, those are things you'd eat. You take wheat, porridge, sorghum, mixed with groundnuts, But now with the changes and the shifts, like that, we're eating bread, which is usually white and processed. Now this is where we're having the epidemic of obesity now, and NCD is coming in because of the cultural shifts. We've sort of like left all the things that we used to eat when we were young, and then just focused on things that are quick.
So those things were more healthy, because now they're considered, or maybe let me say they're associated with poverty.
With being poor,
yeah, because your friend comes in and they're like, oh, I had a cupcake, bacon, fried eggs with bread for breakfast, and you're like, I had chimponda or
exactly. It will sound some
or
type
ichipushi. Yes, it will sound like you're really struggling. So yeah, I guess that's why people are moving away. I mean,
from the things that we used to
because
eat.
you want to show that you're happening.
Yeah, sometimes, and that's the thing, because of that, no wonder we're like sort of like adopting the Western style type of diet. So that's what's looking cool, but doesn't mean that it's cool.
Doesn't really help us.
Yeah. And then them themselves now, because of the epidemic they're facing, they've also put in certain measures to now start mitigating the problem. Now they are focusing towards nutritious foods and the things that we're trying to pick.
Oh, yes. So I was listening to health news the other day, and is it England?
In England,
Yeah. So England has ordered these places at restaurants and factories to reduce on the amount of calories. I've forgotten the exact figure, but so they've told them to reduce on the calories, and if they don't, they'll put it in their constitution.
Oh.
So it will almost be illegal to sell high caloric foods.
Yeah. So all that is like in an attempt to sort of like mitigate the problems of obesity and non-communicable diseases that they are having.
Yeah. But, every time we talk about malnutrition, people will think of the extreme, like thin, thin, silky hair. Your skin just looking,
some type of way.
Yeah, it just looks unhealthy, it looks dry, and then it also starts hanging.
Oh yes, sagging, like the things we used to learn.
Yeah, like your skin starts sagging. But actually, even overnutrition is malnutrition, which is what she's talking about, the obesity and things like that. Yeah.
And all that has come about because of the way we've
shifted, the
way we're eating.
And hence the increase in these non-communicable diseases, your heart disease, hypertension, all those things. Now we're seeing them more in young people, and we used to see them more in elderly, because as you age, yes, those things come about. But now we're seeing them in young people, and that is one of the things that are influencing that shift.
That's very true.
So for breakfast, make sure you eat
mponda.
Yeah,
we have pumpkin there.
Mponda, pumpkin.
Cassava.
Yeah, those things
maize.
Those
Yeah.
things are healthy, and we shall get to them. So
Yeah.
we've talked about meat, and now we move to
Vegetables, fruits.
so now we move to beans, legumes.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is
So
it?
we have the beans here.
Oh yeah, we didn't get much of these ones, eh? So
Yeah.
the next group will be the group that contains the beans, the legumes, the seeds and the nuts, eh? Here we only have beans and what else? Groundnuts, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of like we have the groundnuts. These ones are both. They are raw.
Yeah.
So this is a group that contains the things now that we consider like as seeds, eh? Like you have your beans, you have your groundnuts there. We have the full ones and the pounded ones, eh?
Yeah.
That we use to sashila. Yes, you have seeds like you have other lentils, chia seeds. You have chickpeas. Yeah, we'll show them another time.
Cashews. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah,
because
cashew nuts, and then you have my almonds. Yeah, those things that our friends easily
pistachios.
access. Walnuts.
Yes, that we can find. So those are good sources of fat, oils, protein.
And protein, yes,
Yes.
exactly.
So
Sunflower seeds, flax seeds, yeah, those ones.
pumpkin
will have the
seeds.
omega.
Actually, we have pumpkin seeds in
Yeah.
Zambia. Those are readily available. So if you can't afford pistachios,
Pumpkin seed is roasted and we mix it with groundnuts. It makes a snack.
yeah,
People
it's
sell
it's
those.
a it's a very good snack. So you can have that, and you can have some in the morning if you can manage. You can have some groundnut porridge. That actually reminds me, my mother made me eat imbeba in porridge.
Oh, yeah.
I only found out a few. I only found out a few weeks ago when someone was asking for advice on what they can give their baby with the porridge.
Yeah.
Then she's like, oh, for her, because she was growing up so slim. I used to grind imbeba. For those who don't know imbeba,
Protein, in
it is
imbeba.
it is. So I used to grind imbeba. I mix it with milli meal, and I make a porridge for her. I'm still traumatized, mother. I know you're going to watch this. I'm traumatized. I don't think I can ever eat imbeba anymore.
I guess okay, that was traumatizing.
Yeah, and
No, but there are people that eat rats, eh?
yeah,
They're there.
but
They're there.
for my sake, I want to believe that imbeba is not a rat. Don't know.
There's a rat and a mouse.
Yes, I really don't know the
Which one is
difference.
imbeba?
It's a wild mouse.
Oh,
I think.
you know?
I'm not very sure actually, but I've also heard this a lot because I worked in the malnutrition ward. So we used to advise mothers to grind carpenter. So you grind carpenter, you add some groundnuts. These what are they? Ground. These the ones that are powder. The powdered groundnuts. Yes, so you get the carpenter with the pounded groundnuts. You put mini meal, and you can also add some soya because all those are protein. Yes, and remember, protein are bodybuilding foods, and because you people like eating shima a lot, you're not building your bodies. Yeah, so that's about the nuts. Then we move on to legumes.
We talked about
Yeah.
the legumes, they're together.
Yeah, so legumes, these things that
Yeah.
the things that you get from underground.
Underground, yes. It's
Yes.
Called, the group is called starchy tubers and roots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we have an example there. We have mponda. Other people call it. What did you call it?
Imyungu. Yes.
Imyungu. Then we have cassava there.
Yes. This is cassava. Mm-hmm.
And then the mponda. Then
this is mponda or imyungu.
Imyungu, yeah. And then we have maize, which is I think one of the commonest things in season right now,
Because starchy.
Yeah. So there are other things you can get like sweet potatoes. We don't have here. What else don't we have? There are yams,
Yeah, yams, but we don't see those.
Potatoes. others are starchy options that you can choose to have in your meals or when you're snacking.
Yeah.
It's exactly.
So don't limit yourself to just having shima.
That's something against it.
Yeah, I'm very affected. You find someone is eating shima, a huge chunk of shima
Definitely.
with little vegetables and little to no meat. So
And that's where the thing comes in. So when it comes to your when it comes to nutrients, what you need to do is balance. It's about the balance of what you should eat more and what you eat less. So because of big carbs, you get big calories that come with it. So I'm not saying starch or carbs are bad, basically.
no, they're not bad. They're
People
energy giving
villainize
food.
it.
Yes.
But then you have sort of like two extremes of carbohydrates. You have the highly processed carbohydrates like the cakes, the pastries, the white breads and the like. Then you have this other side of carbohydrate that has fiber imbued in it, cellulose and roughage, as we call it. So these types of carbohydrates are actually okay because they have energy, but they have the fiber. So that means even the way they release blood, it's at a very slow rate. And that's what we say high glycemic foods, moderate and low glycemic index foods. So,
okay.
yeah, when you take carbs with fiber, they're usually like a low glycemic food and your blood sugar, is very slowly, your sugar is released very slowly in the blood.
So those are the type of foods that someone who's trying to either lose or maintain weight should be eating. Yes. Because we know that the extra carbohydrates from the body are converted into fat. So if you're taking these types of carbohydrate like the pumpkin and the butternuts that are releasing the energy slowly into your system, it means that you're not getting that
you
high
get the spike.
Yeah, the spike, and then having that excess being turned into fat. So you have that little thing, a slow release, and probably use it during the day as the day goes on.
Yes.
So
and fiber also comes with it holds food. What do you call it? You get more hungry when you eat refined carbohydrates. But
okay.
fiber also makes you like your satiety. What do you call it? Yeah, it's called satiety. You have long periods where you can stay without eating. But with processed carbohydrates, you'll be hungrier earlier.
That makes sense.
Compared to that.
Because every time I eat pasta, I swear to you, I feel hungry after I'm telling you, in a very, very short period of time. Because, I mean, the mechanism of hunger is that when your stomach is empty, your brain will interpret that as hunger and that you need to eat. Even though you have enough carbohydrates in your system, you have enough energy to last you the whole day, your brain will be telling you, this stomach of mine hasn't expanded, so it means you're hungry.
That's true.
So that's like the brain misinterpreting what is actually going on, because you have enough glucose. And then when you have enough glucose, feel hungry, you eat some more refined food, and then you're asking yourself, why am I gaining weight? Why am I not losing weight? It's because you're eating refined foods.
But you eat something whole grain, take you 6 hours or so. You eat at 8, 6 hours, maybe 13 or so is the next time you'll be having your next meal.
Yeah. And so apart from that, one of the interesting diets that we talk about is ketogenic diet. So a ketogenic diet is a diet that reduces carbohydrate intake. So you reduce your carbohydrate intake to less than 50 grams per day. Yes, so your body will start using your protein and your fat to start generating energy. But organs like the brain still need glucose, which is that 50 grams that you take. So that will be used for your brain. But for other functioning things, you're going to start breaking down your protein and you start breaking down your fat. Hence why you're going to lose weight. But it has its own side effects. So you find that people who are on this keto diet, some of the things they may experience is weakness, even though your body is making that fuel, although it's ketones, but things like the brain still work with glucose. So Anyway,
I get you. You tried it, huh?
the keto diet.
Yeah,
Yes,
talking from experience, yeah.
I
And
tried.
overally, okay, to make you lose weight in the short term.
Yeah, it
That's
will.
true.
It's a diet that can make you lose weight in like 3 months to 6 months. So I
Mm.
tried it for 2 weeks.
Only.
I tried it for only 2
2
weeks, and I lost
Really?
I lost almost 3 kgs.
Ah, nice.
Yes, but I was just
So would you advise it though? That's the thing.
So when I tried that keto diet, it made me weak.
It made you weak.
It made me very weak. So I was only taking meat and vegetables. So I'd have a vegetable, maybe a salad. In the morning, I'd have fruit only.
Only.
Then afternoon, I'd have maybe a steak with with vegetables, with a salad. Then evening, I would have a salad.
Well,
Now this is from someone who was taking a normal diet to that.
to switching abruptly.
It made me weak. So if someone wants to try this keto diet, please do it slowly, like gradually, because I started feeling very weak. Like how you feel when you haven't eaten, when I've actually had something to eat. So it really takes some getting used to.
No wonder people have like different views on it.
Yeah, there are different views.
Some are for, some are against.
Yeah. And I don't know if I'm for or against.
You tried it.
Because I tried it. I liked the results. It's the process that I didn't like. Because I was feeling like the way you feel when you're hungry, but you know you've eaten, but you still feel like you're hungry,
feel it?
weak.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get you. With the balanced diet, as for people who are already like say, usually it will make your weight steady. Most of it won't get you weight. So the secret also to that is the amount you're taking in goes back to that. Yeah, it's because of the imbalance in how much to take of each nutrient. Where this is where the problem comes in. So sometimes we take too much of something and then we ignore the other thing. Like of these ones we've mentioned so far, which food group do we ignore the most?
Fruit.
Fruit. No, people know.
No.
Fruits.
No, people only bring fruits to the hospital.
Yeah.
People just bring fruits when someone is
true.
sick.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Which is something that, I don't know, it's something that should be a part of you. Like fruits and vegetables should form a part of you. Like once you get used over time, you get to see, once you don't have something green on your plate, like in my case, I feel like I haven't eaten. Of course, there are certain times that have been there, but once you get used to it, you see you need to have different colored fruits because all these colors have got their own signified different nutrients in them. That's the only way you can sustain your diet. For it to be balanced, you're also talking about variety.
So how many fruits are recommended
per day? So according to the guidelines, you need to at least take 2 fruits in a day. So if you pick a banana and guava, that's okay. You can pick watermelon and what else? And plum.
Watermelon. The mujajati.
Yes, you can pick, at least you have 2 fruits per day. That will work.
This is the mujajati. Very healthy. Every time I see a watermelon, I swear I just remember Dr. Mujajati.
I think you should bring him on the show to emphasize.
I'll try.
Okay, so we can go to our last fruit group,
Yeah.
Which one? And our carbs, we forgot to mention our nice bread.
Yeah.
We opt for whole wheat bread. We have oats. We have rye bread. I know this one can be a bit tricky for a family size, but I can promise you if you get used to it, you can make these breads at home. My mom used to would make bread in general, then all of a sudden you'd add different things. So sometimes you'd add pumpkin, then it would become like a pumpkin bread. So you just get whole wheat flour and then you mix a few things. And it's not as easy, it's not as hard as it may seem. Over time you can actually get used to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about mushroom. So mushroom is it's on its own.
It's on its own,
Yeah, because it's a fungi, but it's still considered a vegetable.
Yeah.
So from mushrooms, you're going to get, first of all, it doesn't have as much carbohydrates, so it's low calorie. You're going to get your protein and fiber, and I also read that it's a good source of vitamin D. So hence why it's here. So mushroom is
in season now.
Yeah.
We have red. We have a red one, eh?
I don't
We
know if
have
that's red or orange, but yeah, somewhere.
orange. There's
Somewhere there.
brown. There's the big white one.
Uh-huh.
These things have names. Okay, someone will probably talk about it, eh?
Yeah, I don't know their names, but
I-
yeah. So if you're on a diet trying to lose weight, incorporate some mushrooms. They're low caloric foods. Then
Yeah. The last food group now, eh?
we actually didn't talk about
Green pepper,
I
which is
just
a
noticed.
vegetable too.
Vegetable.
Fruit. It has seeds.
So green pepper is a fruit.
In between.
In between.
In between, eh? In between. Just like tomato
Okay.
and cucumber.
All right. Then we have some.
Rosemary.
Smells so nice.
It does, eh?
Yeah.
Actually, this one is grown from. We got it from mom's backyard. So, and that's one of the things you could sort of like. When it comes to maintaining your nutrition over the long run, it becomes easier when you grow some of the foods in your homes. So like the pomegranate, the rosemary, the moringa, we just got these from mom's backyard.
This is moringa.
Yeah.
But you know, moringa is something that I've failed to take. I bought some moringa powder.
The powder.
I tried to take it. My God, it was so bitter.
It was bitter.
Yeah.
It's easier when you incorporate it in smoothies or juices. It makes sense. So, because sometimes people cook it for relation. Like people have sashilad moringa before. Yeah. It's actually called a superfood. Moringa and spirulina because of the high nutrient content that they have.
But these are herbs, yes?
These ones are herbs. Yes. Yes, they're herbs. Rosemary.
Okay.
And
we call them herbs, but they're still vegetables,
Yeah,
yes?
I should have come with the basil and mint
Oh.
as well. Yeah, those are very easy to grow as well. I have them.
Oh.
I didn't think about it.
Okay.
Okay.
You should have brought those. One thing about rosemary, guys. So for those who don't know, it's very good for hair and skin.
Yes.
I actually use it
Like
for my
choosing
hair.
it.
By the way, this is my natural hair.
And it smells so nice.
Thank you. I use rosemary. Yeah, I make a concoction using rosemary. So if you're interested, you should let me know. I can supply you some.
She'll tell you the secret.
No. I will
Okay,
sell
guys.
it to you.
We should
Yeah.
go to the last food group now, eh? So the last food group contains usually it's milk and milk products, eh? Yes, exactly. So we have one here, right?
Yeah.
We have milk. Yeah. This is full cream, eh?
Yeah,
so milk
full
is coming
cream.
in many forms now. There's full cream, half cream, low fat, medium fat, and stuff like that.
Condensed milk, all those things.
Condensed milk. So you have milk, and another product that we have is yogurt. Eh? We usually commonly see this. They usually give it to kids. Eh?
Yeah.
Most people like buying this for kids, and we have the one and only.
Mavisi.
I think that's best. Food.
Yes. Very good source of protein.
Yes, exactly. So all these are still like milk and milk products forming like a dairy. So these ones are very good probiotics, eh? And that's why, please, diarrhea is not equal to antibiotics.
Yes.
This is where you go to. You have diarrhea. Like you take most of these milk products that are fermented. They usually have the bacteria to sort of like revive your gut.
Yeah, because the gut naturally has bacteria.
Yeah, so antibiotics are given in specific stuff, but not every diarrhea is equals to flagell.
Yeah.
Flagell.
Yeah. Every time. Nivela mala. Flagell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's it with our food groups, eh? I just want to like take a dive and just see the other things that we haven't even mentioned.
We have garlic there. Is this chili?
Yes, those are chilies. Also got them from mom's backyard.
You should visit your mom's backyard.
I think so.
And just to mention one thing, what I've noticed about our mothers, anything that's white, they give their baby. So instead of giving them those funny drinks, switch them and give them some mavisi. This is more healthy. I know those things are thick and
so it looks like they're healthy.
yeah, it looks like they're healthy, but it's basically just sugar. Most of them will actually put to say that those drinks are meant to give energy. They'll even write not suitable for
6 months. Below 6 months, eh?
yeah, they
But they
actually
still give them.
they actually say that this is not suitable for children, but people still give them. And hence why you find that you give a child food, but still they end up with malnutrition. It's because you're giving them the wrong foods.
Yeah, and that's the key. Most of the people in AO7, eh? The
Yeah,
things
the
you'd see
malnutrition
would be
word here.
the. Well, if you mention a name, it would be a problem, eh?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that thing we drink, the thick one,
Yeah.
the white thing, eh? So
Yeah.
because our actual lecturers usually used to have a problem with that, eh? Because when it comes to kids nutrition, it's sort of like sensitive because that's the time of growth for your baby. And when we were young, what were we eating? Herbs. We used to eat herbs,
Yeah,
that soya
that-
porridge, exactly. It tasted well.
That's
You
very
remember
good.
sorghum? We just couldn't find sorghum today. That brown porridge, like that used to have, it's like a bit slimy, and
Yeah.
those are things we would eat. Groundnuts, mix it with milimiwe, mugaiwa. Those are things we're eating for porridge. You can even take pumpkin, you put breast milk in it or just regular breast milk, and those are the things that you can actually substitute for your kids.
Those are healthy. Not they like buying these
Don't
these
say it.
but
The
maheo.
porridge. Oh,
No,
okay,
no,
you
no,
have to
no.
say that.
No, no,
Delete.
no, it's fine. I wanted to say they buy the maheo, and
The
to them
maheo.
that's healthy because it looks like yogurt,
I know.
but it's actually
So they get deceived that it's yogurt.
maybe
Okay,
I
that makes
don't know.
sense. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they get deceived, but actually, you find that most of them will say, "Oh, this child drinks a lot of this."
It's
Then you
maheo.
tell them this is not healthy. Then they tell you, no, the child cries for it. But come on, how many things do babies cry for that are not, good
That's
for them? So
And what you introduce them to in their first, when they're just trying out the foods, around 6 months, when you're setting them on breast milk, is actually what they're taking.
you've heard what she said. 6 months. Some of you are out here giving babies shima at 3 months. Please.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh. I think we should have another topic on child nutrition
I-
and
yeah.
infant feeding,
Because people start at 4 months, then you ask like, why were you giving the child shima?
They ran out of breast
Okay,
milk.
shima was a bit exaggerated, but maybe porridge. We say porridge at 4 months. Atanaleka kukuta on breast
Maybe
milk.
it's an appetite, man.
Yeah, but
I see the concept, but
yeah, really,
we'll get back on that.
yeah. There are other substitutes for
Yeah.
breast milk that would be better than starting the child on porridge earlier than they should. Yeah, so those are some of the people that you find in the
our hospitals,
malnutrition.
Yeah, and the ones that we see.
Yeah. So overall, we can tell that nutrition really plays a critical role in lifestyle and in our basic well-being. Is there any advice that you have for people long term for how they can live a healthy life long term?
Oh, okay. Basically, yeah. But then I think the only thing we can sort of like remember is that the things we were eating when we were young, those were okay. And then the things that we used to eat on Christmas are the things that we're eating on a regular basis now. I think this is where the problem is coming in. So if you're able to afford those other nutritious stuff, like there are people we're talking about two classes here, because nutrition is about food security. And some of the factors that affect our food choices will be the amount of incomes we're getting, right? Yeah. And also, but just knowledge about nutrition and what it has to offer. So remember that it's wide, and the more you're having different colored foods on your plate, the more nutrients combinations that you're taking in. And then it becomes very difficult, like when I started living in Kabwe, like I had to buy an avocado, lemon. These are things I had never bought in my life, because like those are things that used to grow around home. So for long-term nutrition, it becomes easier if you can grow some of the things in your backyards. So as you buy my plot, you just create spaces where you can grow an avocado tree, a lemon tree, guava, mango. You make use of those. It will become easier and cheaper for you because you just have locally available and affordable things to take in. But if you have to buy every bit of everything, it becomes a bit expensive for us.
Yeah, it
right?
does. I've seen in the Western world, you find that because in Zambia, I mean, we have houses. In the Western world, mostly have apartments. They don't even have like
Yeah.
a backyard, but you see them planting in these like flower pots and things like that.
You've
Just
seen that a
being,
lot now, eh?
yeah, just
Yeah.
being creative with it. I mean, um,
If
they
you
say it's
can,
actually better for you to have a little garden of your own because
yeah,
you're actually getting, you know, that it's organic
that's
because there are a
true.
lot of chemicals that are being added to some of the vegetables
That
out
we're
there.
having
Yeah.
now. Yeah,
So
that's true.
you find some people asking if are these organic vegetables, and of course
No one will
everyone
tell
will
you the
say yes.
truth.
So no one will say no, even
No
if
one
they've
will.
used like
That's true.
chemicals. And it's like the chicken. That's another problem that people are having with chicken. So
No,
you
yeah.
find some people actually tell you I only take village chicken
Village chicken.
because we have so many genetically modified animals
Chickens
now.
is oh yeah,
Yes.
because we're growing them with our own,
Yeah, because you
which
want
makes
them.
sense.
It's now it's business.
Yeah, it's about
So you
the
want them
money.
to grow fat, so that people can buy them quickly. But I'm actually a fan of
Within 6 weeks. Eh?
within 6 weeks of the
They'll be
chicken is
ready.
huge. But for a village chicken, for it to, I don't think I've ever gotten a fat
But
a fat village
village
chicken.
chicken, no. But it's with toe bones.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good alternative you can take. Eh? So for long term health, you can just make small changes. Like you can switch from using breakfast to mgaiwa. Eh? When I mean mgaiwa,
Breakfast
I
meal.
mean
Yeah.
yeah. It's the same meal. You just buy a bag of maize and then you just take it to the hammer mill. That way, it's not processed, and then it has most of the things. At least you have your B6, your fiber, and good carbs there. You can just make that switch. Okay, from breakfast it's mgaiwa. We're taking oral.
Yeah.
But some people say it's bitter, some not. But
Yeah,
I
some
find it
actually
okay.
actually say it has an aftertaste.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, small changes like from chicken, you'd use village chicken instead of this other one on most days, yeah. And then it's a gradual change you're making. You just tell yourself, okay, from today onwards, I will not take a meal without vegetables. At least it should be something there. Yes, exactly. That way it becomes easier. Over time, you're building and you get self-confidence in yourself. And then I know how hard and this can be because these are fresh things that you have to cook almost every day. So preparing in advance becomes easier. Like in my case, you just cook most of them and then put them in the fridge. If you want to have something fresh, you can just buy again. But at least when you can't afford or you don't have the time, you have something to fall back on, at least that's healthy. It becomes easier that way.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
for me, I think Zambians just don't take enough fruit.
Yeah, that's true. And part of the survey was also saying like our dietary diversity is bad, but generally vegetable and fruit intake is a bit on the lower side. Yeah.
Vegetable. I thought an average Zambian takes more vegetable because it's cheaper.
Some do, that's true. But there's some who believe at what was it I was telling you?
Oh, at
Umsalu.
umsalu temnani.
And you know there are people who believe that, eh?
Yes,
exactly.
yeah.
These are some of the misconceptions we have about nutrition and
someone in the room said, is it relish or relish?
relish.
Relish is something that crosses the road, apparently.
Oh yes. Anything that works.
At Indian parod, June parod.
So these are some of the things we need to, fight such conceptions.
Because sometimes even soya chunks will be more healthier than you having meat.
Yeah.
And of course, if you say I'm eating soya chunks, still associated with
Being poor.
with poverty. So actually, nutrition isn't expensive.
Yes, when you look at it on the broad view
Yeah,
now, eh?
it's just that we associate things that are healthy to poverty, and we're not taking them anymore.
That's true. And then now the fancy things are the ones that are looking nutritious, which we can't
in the actual sense,
yeah,
they're really not.
and yet you also have a lot of wide varieties that are equally nutritionally equivalent to the things that we see outside there. Na guava chabe.
Okay.
Vitamin C.
Yeah, it's a very good option.
Yes.
Yeah, but the other take-home message will be nutrition on its own is not enough for you to live a healthy life. There are some other things that you should incorporate. For example,
Yeah,
exercise.
definitely.
Yeah, even just walking
Yeah.
is enough.
But you see, again in Zambia, if I'm walking and then they say, "Oh no, the doctor is walking," why are they walking?
When they
But when the white
driving,
man is walking, it's exercise.
oh yeah,
You see, like how do
it's,
you balance?
it's healthy. That just reminds me of this joke I had
Uh-huh.
that Zambian girls are a problem. Like your Zambian boyfriend tells you, "Baby, let's walk to town," and you start complaining. No, this is suffering and whatnot.
Exactly.
Then when your Muzungu boyfriend says, "Let's walk to town," you're like, "Oh, he's so romantic."
It's a walk. You see, those are like the views we need to get over. Like, you could have a car. I think it's very convenient, eh? But remember to, you know how whites do it. It's like we adopt the things we like and then leave out the others. But those people behind the wheel, they are going to the gym, 6 before they go for work. Then they're driving,
Yeah.
or some of them are cycling. They cycle to work or they cycle for exercise. Then they go back. Eh?
Yeah.
And also their roads allow it. They have infrastructure to encourage exercise.
Yeah, and some people they wake up even in their own homes, do some exercises.
Yes, exactly.
Some of you, the first thing you do is just phone. You wake up and you're on the phone. But of course, if you're watching me, then it's fine. You can be on the phone.
I see, yeah. So yeah, basically, it's not about a gym membership. Like, okay, just go running if it means you're surrounding a tree or something. But just do something that's going to make your heart pump, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Something-
going to make
yeah.
you use that energy. Hence why you lose weight when you start exercising, because your body is burning all that fat to make energy for you to continue working out.
It makes you flexible. You feel good about yourself, eh? You have these, I don't know, it releases these endorphins where you're just
feel-
feeling good.
Yes.
When you go out there. Not
Yeah.
to mention, actually, exercise is, you don't get, cholesterol. We have the good cholesterol and the bad cholesterol. The good cholesterol is HDL. So one of the ways in which you're going to increase HDL in your body is just by exercise. It's nothing in food. There's nothing in food. Yeah.
I thought you were about to say something else.
You can say it, Yvette. No.
Okay. It's wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for some people who don't know what HDL is, could you please tell them what HDL is?
So I'm sure we've heard about cholesterol, fat, good fat. Okay, cholesterol is like a bad fat that usually clogs your vessels, and then over time it causes you to have these heart diseases and atherosclerosis.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So you have the bad cholesterol, which comes in many forms. Then you have the good cholesterol, which is called HDL, or high density lipoprotein. So that one we don't usually get it from diet. When you're exercising a lot, you increase your levels of HDL. So what it does is that it takes that bad cholesterol and takes it back to the liver, so it can be like metabolized and cut down. Yeah, that's HDL for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for this educative episode. I've learned so much from you. I actually didn't know that when they say good carbohydrates, they meant that the carbohydrate has fiber in it.
Fiber, yeah.
What I actually thought is that a good carbohydrate is easily broken down by the body and whatnot. That was what I thought. So I'm sure someone else thought that.
It could be, yeah. It could also be that. It's just that you can see the difference, eh? We should also bring cakes here and thing, yeah, so we can see we can tell the difference between good carbs and bad carbs, yeah. So not all carbs are bad.
So good carbs are the ones that are the pumpkins, butternut, and then the bad ones are the ones that look nice.
Yes,
the tempting ones.
And I usually advocate when you're trying to change your diet and it becomes difficult to just cut out today and say, okay, I'm only going to eat all of this, eh? But the secret is how much you're taking in. So you start moderating. If you used to take cake 3 times a week or almost every day, you start reducing it to once a week. And over time, you're just having it once a month. It's like an occasional thing. In that way, even the effect it has, it becomes less. And eventually, once you get used to good foods, it goes away. You find yourself not even eating.
Yeah. And the World Health Organization is actually advocating for a reduction in salt intake.
Yes.
And sugar intake, and advocating for more of healthy living. So that's eating these foods that we've told you about
Yeah, some
today.
of them. Eh?
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is a bit
Yeah.
of what is there.
Yeah, this is just like a drop in the ocean. There's so many foods out there.
Yeah, because of the season, some will be found in other seasons,
Yeah.
compared to other ones.
Like the
We don't have
masukus.
masuku.
Ish.
And malube, eh?
Yeah.
Which one
And
else?
they would go down.
Mfungo.
Fungo would be nice.
Baobab. That's it. Chibuyu. I've seen a chibuyu cheesecake somewhere.
I like how people are being creative with this.
our own
At
African.
least I'm happy that we've also started producing things like the baobab juice.
Yes.
There's a baobab juice now.
It's actually nice, guys.
Yeah, the munkoyos are also being packaged. Although I just sometimes I worry about preservatives and all these other things. So
Which is actually, it's a good concern. No wonder they say when you cook in your home, you sort of like have control of how much salt you put, how much sugar you put. Even if it's baking and they like it, you'll be like, this feels like too much sugar. Even if you're looking at the recipe, you'd cut it in half and then use the other half. That's also why people advocate for home cooking. I know in Zambia we still have half, but like in other places, like it's now not a thing to cook at home.
yeah, you go out for dinner, you order in and things like that.
It.
Yeah, but I actually prefer having my own food because, as you said, you're in control. Your food is fresh. You know exactly what's in your food.
Yeah, and it becomes easier to count because when you think about it, it's like the foods that are being made there. Like most of the things that we're seeing in a processed form, the preservatives they add, and sometimes to try and lengthen its lifestyle and make it better, they add extra sugar in the form of corn syrup, uzana, on the same thing. Corn syrup, starch, and every other thing. That way, the sugar content in the food goes high. Then it becomes easy now for you to take like more calories than you needed for that day. So when you cook it at home like this, when you take it plain like that, it becomes easier. Yeah, sort of also like controlling the amount of
controlling the amount of oil that you're using, all those things that we are trying to cut down on.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming. This has been very educative and informative.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, so we hope to see you again. So you've promised us an episode on child nutrition. So today we're just concentrating on what foods we have locally and general
In fact, we didn't even talk about water.
General nutrition.
Water.
Yeah, water. Most important. Drink water. You know who says that. Yeah. So thank you so much. This was Health with Dr. Yvette. Bye.
See ya.